dollar, when the rest of the country were buying it for 450 naira to $1. And they said it was because of the forms they submitted since 1986, 85 that wasn't approved. So they had to approve it now. And they use 1984, 1985 exchange rates. So this is just like Central Bank of Nigeria telling the world and saying, oh, we have vendors who now sell our dollars for us. Okay. And if you are one of these vendors, every time you need your own supply, $10,000, we'll give you $10,000. Now, every time you have you want your own supply, these are the accounts you have to pay the money into. See the bank account. So these are the dedicated bank accounts for the BDC every time they need another supply. So there are those who are like the POS operators for the Central Bank of Nigeria now. So then businesses who really want, I don't know how you're going to do it. So I don't think businesses in Nigeria are run on $10,000 sort of. This is where another joke of this whole thing is. So the Central Bank of Nigeria gave $15 million to the BDCs, and their media have been reporting that the Naira dollar is crashing because the Central Bank of Nigeria has pumped enough dollars into the market. I'm asking, does that mean that how many investors or how many businesses who were like those who actually needed this forex, how many of them or how many BDCs did they have to sweep to be able to have a share in the $15 million for the whole country? God damn it, man. It's even a joke. So anyway, there are so many questions. So I'll leave that to you, to those who are going to, because now so many I will ask my own questions, right? And I'll leave it to the rest of you to begin to dig further. Then you have the answer there. Okay. So when the supply of the dollars, when they run out of supply, what is Naira going to now rely on? I mean, I'm just asking. Or we should wait till that time, Abby. Well, we will wait. I picked up one very, very, very hilarious story. I don't know if I should use that word, funny story, but it's a mixture of, shameful and funny sort of a story. Now, you've heard about the Mambila Power Project. At least if you have not heard about the Mambila Power, you've heard about Mambila. Don't worry, I'll tell you the story around it. Under Obasanjo, Obasanjo appointed a minister. That minister was a minister of power. Now, as minister of power, the minister now sort of signed a deal or made Nigeria sign a deal with I think they are called Skyline, something electricity. Anyway, they shall sign a deal that a company, the company was going to help Nigeria generate some electricity. And Nigeria was going to, from that deal, it was going to cost Nigeria $6 billion, okay? And this minister got approval from the Federal Executive Council meeting, their usual FEC. The following day, I think he also got a memo that said, that memo you raised that got approved, you need to step it down. We're not going further with that anymore. It looks pretty much like it is dubious. Like saying, oh, that company, they have no capacity to actually really carry out that project. How could you lead us to, taking that on? So it seems that they were right. And immediately, their partner abroad took Nigeria to court. And they started seeking for $2.5 billion damages because Nigeria cancelled their electricity or power projects or contracts. They didn't know that the people behind the lawsuit, the people behind the company and all of them, they were actually the same people in government, the same government under Obasanjo. $6 billion was supposed to be the whole thing. But at the end of the day, in the whole, I mean, the course of a consultation and this and that, bribery here and there, Nigeria already lost almost $1 billion. Then they started an investigation into if Nigeria should pay the fine, settle out of court with this company that carried out no single project but demanded for 2.5 billion contract breach something. They didn't know that it was these guys that were behind it as well. Okay. So they now said, in the effort trying to make the Buhari's government to try and play ball, you know what I mean? This guy, this man, look at him. This man, that is the former minister of power. All right. Working not only that they duped Nigeria, they instituted a case against Nigeria for not letting them carry out the dubious act, and they were demanding for 2.5 billion. Okay. Now, here is where the story is a little bit funny. Not only Imo, with this guy too, they declared that one wanted. Okay. This is where the story becomes more funny. So they said under Buhari's government, in order to bribe Buhari's ministers from investigating this and at the same time just let it pass, or kind of like a deal where they could swindle Nigeria of over $2 billion themselves and their supposed international partners. This man started offering Buhari's ministers. He started offering them ladies through WhatsApp, offering them money, offering them girls. This is supposed to be the conversation between this man that this man is working with and the minister in Nigeria. Okay. They were offering them money, offering them girls. Malamu was one of them. This is crazy, right? And this is all going on behind the scene. It's called Sunrise. It's not Skyline. Sunrise. Take a look at this one in 2022. Please advise the HAGF to write this letter. The chairman, International Chambers of Commerce, blah, 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 Paris. So this was a trip that they had to go to Paris, right? And look at them. This are actually like, these were like WhatsApp messages, okay? And it was pretty much to say, we will pay this and we'll pay that and all of that. And we also have girls for you. But why would they offer girls as part of bribe? Niger? Like, okay, yeah, don't worry. We've got some girls in the room for you. Okay, just to take care of you for your pleasure, so that you can help us make that decision at the meeting tomorrow. Like, who does that? So it was all about the $6 billion. And this, what is his name again? Oladojo or something. No? Now, this man is the guy that Kaduna Littlefinger met with when he was spotted with the, what do you call them again? SDP. Yeah, SDP. That prompted, actually prompted the rumor that El Rufaya may be plotting to decamp. So 2 days after that, he was seen again with them, the SDP guys. Well, now this guy in this fourth picture with him, Spirit they call. All right. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, more people mad. Oh. Imagine somebody will won't bribe me now. Can't tell me, say, we have some girls and I go run. Like if you tell me, say you have girls in my room, Baba, I go run for the next available, any next available taxi or available bus or available train. I will run as far as my legs can carry me. I don't know how people have such, you know what I mean? Like I don't know how people kind of. I believe that people should have a relationship before they come in contact in a way that they can say, you know, when you just walk, you are a government official and you just walk straight into a room with girls and all of, come on. Anyway, so there was no evidence that these offers were taken. All of these were presented in courts when the case of this Mambila Mambila Power Project scandal. Story long, I should give you more on that. But I actually wanted to share with you that the criminals in Nigeria seems to be like available to offer anything and everything. And that's cesspool of corruption. So they asked this guy yesterday, you know, we just talked about Kaduna Nabi. So they asked this guy yesterday, last night, that the people that kidnapped the Kaduna school children, did the military have a kind of gun battle with them or something, or like, or did you negotiate with them? Did you pay ransom? We were talking about that yesterday, Abby. The hook up for neck on channel, on Arise News or Arise TV. I won't share it with you. Still on this Kaduna school children kidnapping, where they're asking you not to ask questions. So now today asked too many questions. He repeated the same thing in this video. But hear this one first.
I suppose a question that's very pertinent and on the minds of many people is, were they rescued by security forces or were they released by their abductors?
I think this question should go to the security agencies, particularly for me, the most important thing, Mr. Charles, is as a governor, the most important thing for me is the protection of lives and properties and dignity of the people of Kaduna State. So when the incident happened, I rushed to the service chiefs, the NSA, the President of Nigeria, and everyone that can help. Today, I am happy that they have returned back safely. I didn't want to ask anybody a question. I even cautioned a lot of people that were asking the question because you need to see the families, you need to see the children, you need to see how happy they are. For me, that is more important. As a governor, honestly speaking, yesterday I was asking someone that asked me a similar question that, look, if my child is abducted, if he is released, I wouldn't bother anyone asking question how he is released. The most important thing is that he is back home safely. And these children, I must tell you, even after this interview, I will be with them. Even before the interview, why I'm late is because I've been with them. Most of them are really, all of them are really happy. They are really in high spirits. They are eager to go back home. But like I told them, we will not allow them to go home right now because I have to ensure that they have social therapy. We have psychologists. We have doctors looking after them. We have to look after them. It's our responsibility. So I'm excited. I've been with them since yesterday. They are so happy. So that is the reason why even when they were released, I was very, very worried when a lot of people that were talking when they were in captivity. When they were released, I thought everyone should be happy, Mr. Charles. I was expecting everyone to be jubilating, like the parents. But unfortunately, a lot of people came with permutation. How were they released? Was there any gun battle? Was there any battle between the military and the bandits? For us in Kaduna, what's more important? Our children are back home. I didn't ask so much question because I was eager to receive them from the GOC or Mechanized Division, who has been extremely.
So we should be happy and celebrate that the children are back home. But it was also asked, right, that, listen, if you negotiated with these guys, all right, it's okay, like, let people know so that they can have an idea if these guys are terrorists. That was what Charles was asking, or can you even imagine Charles still asking if they were terrorists? Anyway, like pulling, like the journalist ought to start pulling his leg and say, want to make him, talk. Okay, that if They are terrorists who, the public would like to know which of the terrorists actually took them. For now, there's no information on which exact group took the children. But the guy is just a flare up anyhow. See another one. I'll show you. There's another one.
Mr. Charles, as I'm speaking with you, honestly speaking, in the next 15 minutes, I will be with the children. They're all excited. They are waiting for me. They will not be happy to hear me wasting time talking about whether they were a gun battle or anything when they are released. If you need to see them, you will agree with me. They are extremely happy. And of course, as he asked me a question, I will also find out. Okay, so give me time to find out. Okay. But as far as I'm concerned, as of today, I know they were released, and of course, I believe in our armed forces. They told me, and I believe it. No ransom was paid, so we should thank God. That was exactly the statement, and of course, here for me, everybody has his own priority. What is my priority as a governor? Is to get my children back, and they're back. That is my priority for now. And I'm happy, I thank Almighty Allah, they're back.
Yes, that's as we said, everybody shares in your happiness there. But you mentioned that they did not pay, or you did not pay a ransom to get them released. Do you know if anyone else paid a ransom if it wasn't you? Because I mean, the kidnappers had demanded nearly 700,000, the equivalent of nearly 700,000 US dollars.
Can I now correct it? Maybe you didn't hear my statement, Mr. Charles, or my speech. Today, I send a word of caution to conflict merchants and security merchants around the country. Why some of us are not happy? Let me tell you the truth, Mr. Charles. When these children were abducted, people who have no idea about Kaduna, who have no idea about the community, who have no contact with the family, who have never made effort to ensure that these people are released, went to the media with very irresponsible, senseless numbers of 287. For me, that statement is the height of irresponsibility. So that's the reason why I believe there are still some conflict merchants who might not be happy that these children are back home safely. That is my position. And these people, instead of them to celebrate, because when the children were abducted, millions of people were concerned. I thought it was genuine. When these children were back, I didn't see this kind of celebration. And the conversation have shifted to another thing that is petty to me. We're talking about the lives of the children. That is why I'm worried. And the same characters that went to the media talking about 287, I thought by now they should now be ashamed of themselves because the children are back, and they told the whole world that only 138 were abducted. But guess what, Mr. Charles? A few days ago, some conflict merchants and insecurity merchants were in the media, including foreign media, spreading lies, propaganda, everything, that 287 children were kidnapped in Kaduna. Can we now call those characters that were doing such kind of propaganda as far back as 3 days ago? I would call the media, the journalists. Some of them say they are experts. How can they be experts? Working on speculation, working on propaganda, working on hearsay. I thought experts should rely on facts and figures. That means they're not experts. I call them insecurity merchants. And by the grace of God in Kaduna, we will never hear something like this. Let me draw your attention to Kajuru incident. Once some people went to the media and said 87 people were kidnapped in Kajuru in Kaduna State. Let me also make it clear to you, that was also a figment of their imagination. There was not any 87 people that were kidnapped in Kajuru. I must tell you today, I'm still laughing at them.
Okay, well,
I'm the governor. Just like I was laughing at them. When they called the 287 people, I was laughing at them. Yeah. Because as a governor, I know exactly the number of the students in Kuriga, primary school and secondary school. I know the people that went to the assembly that morning, but I didn't join issue with those confident merchants, because I know they are doing that for their selfish ends.
Yeah, well,
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
They love to gaslight the people, okay? The question was, listen, we are happy that the children are back, but there are some unanswered questions, and you are possibly in the best position to answer them. You don't have to gaslight people, okay? You do not have to concern yourself with what people say or what people are saying. You are just there to present fact, and you are not supposed to kind of blab about if you know what you are saying or what you are doing. But it is Nigeria. Forget about all of that. He did not want people to talk about the terrorists that took the children. He called everybody asking that for days, from the moment the children were taken, including their teachers. The number that has been in public has been 287. So if you turn around and say 137 found, isn't it ideal to ask what happened to the remaining 150? Okay. The terrorists said they needed 1 billion naira to free them. 1 billion. So are you saying that somehow the terrorists just slept and woke up the following day and they just changed their minds? Oh yeah, come and take them. Come and take the children. We don't want them anymore. We don't want the 1 billion self. Yeah, come and take them. Abba. Meanwhile, the military said they were rescued, which means Tango Alpha 04, Tango Oscar 04, Indigo Violet, and all of that. Don't be so that they control themselves when they are commanding of the theater order over. You go to hear to the east, cover. No be the thing where they call rescue with that. You can rescue with this, so we say, you know, the Nigerian military drove it to a place and they took the girls and they took them somewhere and they waited for their tailor. Baba, you see that tailor will make that dress for those children. They're supposed to name the tailor. They're supposed to kind of tell us who is that tailor. That tailor, now one kind of tailor, where we say, oh, more, it go make dress as in, cut to fit in less than 24 hours, and it will make it clothes for over 100 people, 100 children. We should kind of look for that tailor. They have them in Kaduna very well. Kaduna, that is playing host to almost all of the Nigerian security institutions, including Hamori. Hamori, where Nigeria keeps their weapons, though, in Kaduna. But Kaduna is the place where the terrorists have wreaked almost most havoc. Go to southern Kaduna. They will kidnap school children and keep the Christian children, and they will release the Muslim children. And then the only difficult one is once they are like infidel kids. So people are asking, what happened to the remaining 150? Oh, insecurity merchant, especially foreign-based media. Is it talking about us? Abisoni shire ni. Sonny Godoma shire. Is he talking about us that we are not living in Kaduna? We are not we don't know about Kaduna, but we are foreign media. Abisoni shire ni. Ni 2024. So he believed that we have to be in Kaduna before we know what is going on in Kaduna. Anyway, so just tell Sonisha, and it's not only Sonny that is loan shiri. Have you seen Solu dumps recently? About somebody sent a video of people where they walk up for road where Solu dump they built for Anambra. Oh, we look more to Nigeria. We look more people they build road, and somehow the electric pole in the middle of the road, or here.
Please do support the government for a better Anambra. So from here now, the road leads to Iweka. Down there is Iweka Road. It's a 2.3 kilometers distance from here.